Welcome to the service clinic at Low Country Harley-Davidson. I'm Doc Harley. Today we're working on a 94 Sportster, and one of the issues the customer has is fuel deposits on his cam cover. So we've taken the carburetor off and examined the carburetor, and sure enough, there are a lot of fuel old deposits right around in this area. And what's causing this? Yeah, the plastic inlet. Over time and age and gasoline and vibration, these crack, and there are 2 to 3 cracks on this inlet. So we need to replace this. Good thing Harley-Davidson came out with a brand new part for this. The number is 27371-76A. Fits all CV carburetors. And the good thing about it is it's made out of brass, so we don't have to worry about it breaking plastic. So we need to first, when we're approaching this type of project, is to take a look at your carburetor in this direction and see what direction this inlet is setting at. Not quite straight up and down, and you want to observe this because different models, different years had this pointed in different directions for the fuel line to go up to the gas tank. So I suggest, since you all have an iPhone of some kind, take a picture of it. Make sure that you've got that angle correct. Because when we install the new one, there is no adjustability. You put it in, that direction is where it's going to be. So we've got the direction what we want. All right. First we have to get rid of this plastic piece. Really easy. Go to your vise in your garage. Put it in the vise, just the plastic part. Squeeze it and kind of just rotate your carburetor. All right, plastic part's out, and here's this little brass inlet. Now, I have seen people put the fuel line onto this. That doesn't work because you have serrated edges on it, so the fuel line can't really seal, and it's not even enough for a worm clamp to get on there. So don't use this. Get the new part, and let's replace this. Okay, so now I've got to get the plastic piece out of my vise and insert the brass piece. Don't catch the carburetor. All we want to do is get that little brass piece, and it's going to take a little bit, but get in there really tight and just rotate the carburetor back and forth until the fitment, and then pull it away from it. And we've got it out. The old piece is in here, and you can compare it to the new piece. It's almost exactly the same. So it will bottom out when you put it back in. All right, so we've got the old one out. We've got the new one. You got your phone nearby so you can tell what direction you want to put this in. Add a little 3-in-1 oil to it to just give it a little smoothness in going in. Now, in putting it back in, our shop purchased a Troc Cycle specialty tool for this. And if you're a tool maker, this can be a pretty neat thing to make because it goes to these two and then it pushes in with this. But not everybody has this tool in your garage or in the shop. So I'm going to show you a way to do this, but you have to take your time, all right? Now, of course, you've got two ends. Let's make sure we put the right end in, okay? Now, you want to get this in the direction that it came out. And what we want to do is use, let me get this set up. What we want to use is some soft jaws. You can use brass, you can use aluminum, whatever you have. The vise will put a little mark on your carburetor if you don't use this, all right? So now you're going to open this way up. And this is what you want to do, is you want to catch the vise on the corner of the carburetor. Watch out for the plastic behind it and all other parts, just the corner and this piece here. So I don't have it set up far enough yet. right. I'm making sure I'm not catching anything on the other side. And I've got to make sure that this is pointing in the direction that we made sure that it was part of. And then you use the vise to slowly push it in. Work it back and forth, making sure that you're only catching the edge of the carburetor and pushing in, and making sure that you have the alignment all set up right. Once you have moved the vise in and out all the way in, this will bottom out in the direction and you'll be done. Just a little tech tip from Low Country Harley-Davidson. Take your time in putting this in, and you can do this at home. And then you won't have the leaky plastic valve. I'm Doc Harley. We'll see you next week.